Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 060, Topics in Developmental Mathematics, Section 3.5, Problem 13. This is Section 3.5, Problem 13. We have 0.32 divided into 2.368. So to get the problem started, we have to deal with the number in front of the division symbol or divisor. The problem is that the number has a decimal in it. So what I have to do is move that decimal as far to the right as it'll go. So it'll move over 2 spots before it gets to the far right. So the important thing to know is for the number underneath the division symbol, I have to move the decimal the same number of spots as what I needed to move it out in front. So for the number in front, the decimal moved 2 spots. So for the number underneath, it has to also move 2 spots. So instead of 2.368, it's really 236.8. So it essentially creates a new problem that'll have the same answer as the original problem. 32 divides into 236.8. Now I can do the division, right? Both the number in front and the number underneath had the decimal move 2 spots, and by doing that, the number in front doesn't really seem to have a decimal in it. It's really still there at the end, but we don't need to worry about it. So start dividing. 32 divides into 2. It won't fit into 2. So move over 1 more spot. 32 divides into 23. It really doesn't divide into 23 either. 23 is still not big enough. 32 divides into 236. That'll fit. Now, those are fairly big numbers. So to make an estimate, really what you can do is instead of 32 into 236, just look at 3 divides into 23. And that'll give you a pretty close estimate. 3 times 7 is 21. So that'll be pretty close. So let me try a 7 and see how well that's going to work for me. So 7 times 2 is 14. Write the 4, carry the 1. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus the 1 more that we carried is 22. And I can see that I get pretty close. I wanted as close as I get to 236. 224 is good. So subtract now. 6 minus 4 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus 2 just canceled out. So I have a 12. That's good. Move over 1 digit to the right. I have an 8. Bring that 8 down next to the answer I just got when I did the subtraction. So that 12 is now written as a 128. So again, 32 divides into 128. That's sort of big. Ignore the rightmost digit and really think about how many times will 3 fit into 12. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. So that's going to make it pretty close. And as you start doing the multiplication, you'll see it fits in exactly. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 128, 128. So when I subtract, I get 0. So it fits in nicely. Now, as the answer, I've written 74. It's really not 74 because that decimal in the division underneath has to come straight up. So the answer is 7.4. How many times will 32 divide into 236.8? It'll divide in 7.4 times. So how many times will 0.32 divide into 2.368? The same number, same answer, 7.4 times.